Are you curious which meats are best to have on an Atkins diet? Today I'm going to be sharing with you what I've learned about that. Hi, my name is Lori and this is Lori's Journey. I do videos about my experiences with the Atkins diet and I share with you what I'm learning along the way. So today I'm going to be continuing on my review of the Nourishing Traditions book that I've read. And today I'm going to be talking about all the meats and proteins. So I'm going to do a real quick overview here of what you can have on the Atkins diet and what the lady Sally Fallon says about the different meats and proteins in her book. Now she's not talking about the Atkins diet specifically, however, I'm trying to get all the information I can so that I can do the best job that I can on the Atkins diet. So on her list is, for proteins, obviously meat. She's got organic beef, lamb, or chicken. She really wants people to be eating organic because all of the chemicals and all the different things that are coming out that are in the meat that we eat. It's just, if you really want to get into that, I'm not going to go into details here. If you want to eat organic, that's great. If you don't want to, that's fine. But I'm just going to tell you what her book says. With that in mind, she is saying that we should have organic beef, lamb, or chicken. She really recommends range-fed beef. She says grain finished is okay, but I've always heard the opposite, that you should have grass finished. So, do your own research. I'm not an expert on any of that stuff, so I'm just putting it out there. Eggs is a protein. It's not a meat, but it is a protein. So just keep that in mind. She recommends pasture-fed eggs. So then we have fish. She recommends cold water deep sea fish. That is rich in omega-3s. She says to avoid farm-raised fish. I don't know. And avoid carp and catfish. If I remember correctly, it was probably about the mercury in them. I don't know. I can't remember. Then you can have pork. She also says to buy organic. And she says lard is from pork and it has vitamin D in it. So that's a thought. So if you don't really like pork, you can cook with lard and you'll still get some of those qualities. Shellfish. She says scallops, clams, mussels, oysters, shrimp, crab, and lobster are all good for you. Meats cooked at a very high temperature can contain carcinogens. She says to avoid processed meats like lunch meat, sausage, bacons preserved with nitrates. It can cause cancer of the esophagus. My dad died of cancer, and it started in his esophagus. So I'm not saying that it started from those processed meats, but I also see a lot of like ham and turkey slices at my grocery store say no nitrates, no nitrates, and other things like that. So I always look for those kinds of lunch meat. That's my preference. I'm not going to tell you not to eat those different things. I'm going to eat sausage. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to eat sausage because I like that. I'm not really a bacon person, but again, you can find bacon that has no nitrates or nitrates. Nitrates or nitrites. That's hard to say. But go ahead and you do you. And I'm not going to judge you whichever one you choose. I'm just putting the information out there for you. She also said to eat smoked or barbecued meats sparingly. I don't know. I'm not even going to tell you what she said about that. She said our ancestors ate it liberally. And she's really basically going on what our ancestors have done and doing her research. She's quoted many doctors, research, different things that they have researched, you know, in labs and things like that. And she put it all together in this book. I really recommend you read this because, you know, it's been an eye-opener for me. And it's very, very educational. You don't have to take everything she says, like the Bible, you know, take it with a grain of salt and choose what you want to do with the information for yourself. But I'm going to compare that to what the Atkins website is saying on what they find acceptable for phase 1. For fish, they say you can have flounder, herring, salmon, sardines, sole, not sure what that is, tuna, trout, cod, and halibut. For fowl, Cornish hen, chicken, duck, goose, pheasant, quail, turkey, and ostrich. Duck, duck, goose. For shellfish, clams, crab meat, mussels, oysters, shrimp, squid, and lobster. For meat, they have bacon, beef, ham, lamb, pork, veal, and venison. They do comment there that some processed meat, bacon, and ham is cured with sugar, which will add to the carb count. Avoid cold cuts and other meats with added nitrates if possible. For eggs, they say you can have deviled, fried, hard-boiled, omelets, poached, scrambled, and soft-boiled. And that looks like all the proteins that they list. So I just wanted to real quick tell you today, you know, what the meats are and proteins that you can have. And next time I'll be talking about, I got a few things I might talk about. Like milk, dairy, beverages, condiments. I'm going to have all that coming up. And then after I go through these series of videos, I just started reading his original book, Dr. Atkins' Diet Revolution. And I'm about halfway through. I'm going old school. I'm starting with the way Dr. Atkins wanted this diet to be. After he died, the Atkins company, whatever you want to call it, they changed the diet a little bit. And I'm not exactly supportive of all their changes. I think they've tried to be more, I hate to be negative about Atkins, but I just feel like they have made it more of a competition against the keto diet. Keto has become a major, you know, everybody's talking about, I'm going keto, I'm going keto. And that's fine. If it works for you, great. You can still follow me here and we can compare and be positive with each other. But I just don't like how the Atkins company has changed some things. And I'm noticing from the book, that's really a good refresher for me. I didn't read this book before, but I read one of his later books a few years back. I really like the way Dr. Atkins, he told his own story in this book, and it's really interesting. But after I go through the series of videos, I will talk more about that. So look forward to that coming. But yeah, I'll still, I'll support anyone that wants to do Atkins the newer way. I'll support anyone that wants to do Atkins the old way. I'll support anyone that, if as long as you're trying to do better, I'm not going to be negative. That doesn't make any sense. Why do we have to trash each other just because I'm doing one thing and you're doing another? Not going to happen here. So if you're a new subscriber, I want to tell you right now, I appreciate you. I hope that you like the information that I'm putting out here. I'm trying to really do my own research to restart and do better. It's a process. This is not an overnight success. Take it one day at a time, and that's how we'll get there. So I hope that you'll join me and stick around for a while and watch as we can learn together and do what we need to do to become healthier people. And one more thing. Yes, I do have purple hair. It's hard to see in this light, but we went on vacation for a week up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where my husband used to live before we got married. And it's kind of a special place for us because that's where we did most of our dating and things like that. So anyway, while we were up there, I got my hair dyed purple, and it's my favorite color. I love it. It looks a lot brighter when I'm like outside, but because my hair is brown, it kind of shows up like this here. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about that. So until next time, join the journey.